What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. Now in today's video we're taking a look at the fastest way to farm out Palindrome. This is available now from this week's Nightfall Ordeal, so if you want to find the fastest way to get your hands on one, be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a rating down below, that super helps me out here on the channel. Or if you're new here and you want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, be sure to hit subscribe as well. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. So here we are, a new week and a new weapon to farm. Last week we had the Shadow Price, the auto rifle reprised from Destiny 1. And this week we have the Palindrome. This is a 140 rounds per minute hand cannon that's also been reprised from Destiny 1. Now if you haven't been able to get your hands on one just yet, this video will serve you well. If we have a quick look at the Palindrome itself, as we can see it's an adaptive frame, so it's well-rounded, reliable and sturdy. As we said earlier, it's 140 rounds per minute, and my one here has 12 rounds in a magazine as a result of appended mag. Now the Palindrome marks the second out of the 3 exclusive weapons within the Nightfalls themselves. Now the great thing about these weapons is they can be obtained from any difficulty within a Nightfall. The only caveat being, the harder the difficulty, the more likely you are to get your hands on one. So if you are a solo player and aren't able to get fire teams together, then you do have the option of either the Adept or Hero version of the Nightfall Ordeal. These are both match made. They still have mission modifiers applicable to them, which the build we'll go through shortly will help you with. But it's important to bear in mind that the Nightfall weapon drop chances in these activities are uncommon, so you may have to run quite a few of them before you get your hands on one. Now if you are able to get a fire team together, then the Legend and Master versions of these activities are for you. These aren't match made, there are modifiers applicable to them, but once again the build we'll go through shortly will help you out with them. Now the drop chances for Nightfall weapons in both of these appears as common on the reward screen here. However, from experience it seems that the drop rate within the Legend is roughly 25 to 30%, whereas Master grants between 75 and 80% in terms of their drop chance. Now naturally the drop chance is RNG, so some experiences will be better than others, but if you want to give yourself the best chance of getting one and aren't too fussed about running many Nightfalls this week, then the Master version is where you need to hedge your bets. But if you're quite happy to sit and grind it out and get those speed runs going, then the Legend difficulty is where you'll need to be. Now whether you're running solo or as part of a fire team, having a good build makes these runs a lot quicker and much easier. They'll either grant you extra damage or extra protection for you and your fire team. Now in terms of weaponry, I'm running a 7th Seraph Officer Revolver in my kinetic slot. As a Seraph weapon, this will help me create Warmind cells, which is the fundamental part of this build. Now to complement that, I've also paired this with the Ikelos SRV-102. This is the sniper rifle from the Ikelos set. Once again, this will help further create more Warmind cells. As we can see here, it has 4 times the charm and high impact reserves, so it actually makes it quite a hard hitting rapid fire frame sniper rifle. And in our heavy slot we have the Xenophage, the hard hitting heavy machine gun. This is perfect for those solar shields, as we'll be experiencing some of those throughout the strike. Now to further complement these weapons, we have some Warmind cell mods applied too. Now the first one we're going to take a look at is Warmind's longevity. This is where Warmind cells that you create last longer, and the longer they are out on the battlefield, the greater benefit they'll provide you and your fire team. On our gauntlets here we have the Global Reach Warmind cell mod. This is where Warmind cells you create affect and damage targets at a greater distance. So if you do decide to blow up those Warmind cells, they'll be able to clear massive groups of ads very quickly. On our chest piece we have the Power of Rasputin, and you gain bonus to weapon damage against enemies that are near Warmind cells. So as a result of the longevity mod we already have on our helmet, by having Warmind cells out on the battlefield for longer means we'll have a greater chance to take advantage of the extra weapon damage, and that'll be very useful for taking out the champions. Now we also have a Warmind cell mod on our boots here. This one isn't essential, but it's nice to have, and this is where collecting or destroying a Warmind cell will create a concussive blast that pushes enemies away. So if you're getting overwhelmed by groups of ads, then this can come in clutch and push them away as part of the Warmind cell explosion. And finally on our class item we have the Wrath of Rasputin, and this is where solar splash damage final blows have a chance to create Warmind cells too. So not only are the weapons that we're using in our primary and energy slot likely to create Warmind cells, if we use our Xenophage, the solar splash blast damage from that can also create Warmind cells too. Now as all these weapons are solar, I am running a Void class. This will help with any of the Void shields that we experience along the way. A few other weapon alternatives that are very top tier are things like Izanagi's Burden. These are fantastic for taking out the barrier champions. You can pair this with the Ancient Gospel hand cannon in the Garden of Salvation Raid 2, and in your heavy slot you can pair that with the Commemoration heavy machine gun. You can get this from the Deepstone Crypt raid. It's a void element and has some very deep ammo reserves. That's a breakdown of all the weapons and armor mods that we're using as part of this Warmind cell build. Now from here, we just need to jump into the Nightfall itself. Now as a result of this build and running as a full fire team, we were getting full complete runs in roughly 7 to 8 minutes. These are very fast runs and are on the 1300 difficulty. But using some of the weapons that we've mentioned in this video and this Warmind cell build, this should help make completing the Arm Sealer Strike an absolute breeze. Now from here on out, I'm going to let the fastest run that we did this morning play out from here. So if you want to see some of the fastest way to get through various sections of this strike, be sure to stick around and enjoy the rest of the video. Now if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a rating down below. That super helps me out here on the channel. Or if you're new here and you want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.
Down. Shots on. The Red Legion will be back to throwing rocks